Hello everyone. So I am in Bukidnon and naghihintay lang ako sa free breakfast ko. So while waiting, I'm just gonna create a video. So there's a meron akong kakilala na nagtanong na Christian and tanong niya is ano bang mawawala if you believe? Ano bang mawawala sa iyo if you believe? I just want to share my answer, no. Sinabi ko sa kanya na wala namang mawawala if maniwala ako na totoo yung Christian God niya. Hindi ko na to nasabi, but in fact, I think I would gain a lot of things if I believe now. Kasi if all the claims for the Christian God is true, then mapupunta ako sa langit if maniwala ako and if i-follow ko yung mga teachings doon, 'di ba? I have a lot to gain. I will have a community of people who are hardworking, who are faithful, who are devout, who are a lot, 'di ba? A lot to gain if I believe. And yun yung magigain ko, pero walang mawawala if I believe. Kasi hindi naman ito, I'm not I'm not trying to be a hard-headed person, no, na I'm just not believing because some some poor reason, like hindi ako napagbigyan or nagalit ako sa Diyos. It's not that kind of reason why I no longer believe. I no longer believe because I have I have acquired a lot of tools already along the way. And those tools, when I use them, hindi pumapasa ang religion. Hindi pumapasa ang claim for the existence of God. So, yun. Ano pa? Yeah, walang mawawala. And example ko din sa kanya na I don't have hindi ko ma-force ang sarili ko to believe. I can only force myself to believe maybe if my life is threatened. So for example, na kidnap ako ng isang extremist group and pinapatay yung mga atheist, then magpre-pretend ako na Kristiyano kasi at least alam ko yung teachings ng Christianity and magpre-pretend ako just to save my life. I value kasi my life and the life of other people, and if that is the dilemma, I would pretend, no, I'm not a Christian, but I would try to pretend to survive. But that's the only thing. Hindi in example ko sa kanya na I can't I can't help it, no, I can't help it kasi, so for example, Kristiyano ka, you can't help it to believe in Allah. Hindi mo kaya yan kasi your belief is in the Christian teachings. You believe in Jesus Christ, kaya hindi mo kaya na i-force ang sarili mo to believe in Allah or in Vishnu or in Jesus or in Muhammad. That's something you can't easily do unless if you try to study the Islam religion and then you find it convincing. That's the only time. But you can't force yourself right now from where you at right now. Hindi mo kayang maging Islam overnight, no. You have to study it. That's how I became an atheist. Hindi ito overnight na parang nagalit lang ako, may namatay na family member ko, and then atheist na ako. No. Matagal akong Kristiyano. I found new tools and hindi na nagme-make sense ang Christianity sa tools na ginagamit ko, kaya naging atheist ako. Nawala na din yung fear ko. Isa din yun, kahit na may tools ka pa, kahit na anong ilang tools pa yan, if you have this fear in your head na if you don't believe anymore, mapupunta ka sa langit, mapupunta ka sa impyerno, or if you don't believe anymore, your life will be masisira ang buhay mo, then if you have that kind of fear, then you can't transition, you can't deconstruct, hindi ka magiging atheist kahit na ilang tools pa yan. Kasi I bet a lot of Christians out there have these tools as well, no. Hindi naman ito unique, hindi naman ito nagigain lang ng mga matatalinong tao. Kahit nga simpleng tao lang ako, I always say na hindi ako matalino. na-discover ko nga yung mga tools na yun, siguro, isang another level na dapat meron ka is matapang ka. That is something I can definitely say, no, matapang. Kasi ilang test ko din eh. Eh, sa, if I shout, yawa, yawa ka Ginoo ka, mamatay na ka, on the clouds, and people say that when you do something like that, you will be cursed, ano kaya mangyayari sa buhay ko? And a lot of tests, stupid tests like that, I tried. Kasi, I want to know whether the things that I know now are, in fact, true or correct. And, yun, no, na dapat may matapang ka din humarap sa mga ganoong klaseng um, mental na pang-aabuso sa isang tao. I consider hell, no, as a mental abuse kasi um, it was taught at a very early age of your life. You are taught to not do stuff out of fear instead of empathy and compassion. So, for example, di ba, papansin nyo sa mga mama, hala, may gwardiya dyan, kukunin ka niyan. So, it's a teaching method na fear ang ginagamit ng parents. Lalo. So, it is effective naman. No? It is effective, but there's like parang may long, I don't know, I'm not a psychologist, a psychology professional could better explain this, but, di ba, na madadala yun ng bata and matatakot siya sa mga authority figure na hindi niya alam bakit siya takot. No? Madadala yun ng bata na hindi siya gumagawa ng bagay because of fear and not because of knowledge, not because of experience. Kasi, for example, hindi ko gagawin ang mag-adik-adik kasi nakikita ko yung resulta ng pagka-adik-adik, no? Pagka-drug addict. Hindi ako alcoholic kasi nakikita ko ang resulta ng alcoholism. Hindi because takot, no? Takot ka lang or mapupunta ka sa hell. Hindi, walang ganun. It's because of empathy and compassion and this realization now we are sharing space with other people in the world, and whatever actions you do has an indirect and direct impact to other people, so you should always consider your actions before doing them. And I doubt that is the thought process of a Christian. I don't know, maybe ganun din, pero may halong other dimension, which is the dimension of hell and heaven. Hindi ka mapupunta sa hell if you do this. You will go to heaven if you do this. That's another level of may level na ganyang klaseng thinking na pumapasok sa isang utak ng isang Kristiyano, which I don't blame, no. I just think it is inferior. I think what is superior is empathy. Ang empathy is superior because you even if walang any kind of reward sa ginagawa mo, even if walang any kind of punishment sa ginagawa mo pa din kasi alam mo na ang gawaing ito nakakatulong sa kapwa. Ang gawaing ito hindi nakakasakit sa kapwa. May nanood man or wala, 'di ba? May pinicturean mo man yung feeding program mo o hindi, ginagawa mo yung mabuti kasi alam mo mabuti 'yon. Kasi nilalagay mo ang posisyon mo sa posisyon ng mga taong hindi fortunate enough to have a food, 'di ba? So you have empathy, no? What else? So yan, na ang another follow-up pala niya na question is, if you don't believe in a God, then what created the universe? So this is very common na question. So hindi nare-realize ng Kristiyano, no, na yung sagot na that God created the universe is just a literal story, no? Walang any kind of evidence that a God created the universe. It's just an actual story. And how can I confidently say that it's just a story and it's not in any way relating to what actually happened many years ago? Is because a lot of religions tell the same story, no? It has a pattern na may creator. Every religion has a creator. And if that's the case, then it might be a myth, no? A lot of myths have sprouted a lot in every culture. Paano naging pinya ang pinya? Meron tayong myth na ganun. Paano naging maalat ang dagat? Meron din tayong mga myth na ganun. A lot of people have a lot of explanations of phenomena that they don't understand many years ago, and napapasa siya as stories now. So the creation story is just a story until someone can provide a solid na evidence that indeed this universe has been created. So for me, it's just a story. Hindi nare-realize ng Kristiyano na story lang yan. So you don't have to actually believe in that story. You can actually find out how things came to be, no? So hindi nare-realize ng isang Kristiyano na it's just a claim, and a claim needs evidence. And ang hindi ko pagpaniwala na ginawa ng creator ng isang Kristiyano, ang isang mundo, hindi ibig sabihin na hindi na ito ginawa. I mean, naniniwala na ako na hindi ito ginawa ng isang creator. Kasi ang tamang sagot talaga is I don't know. No? Wala akong any kind of claim how the universe came to be because I really don't know. I don't know. I know that nag-sex yung parents ko with a certain degree of certainty na because of them having sex, lumabas ako, and with a certain level of degree of confidence, yung mga lolo ko and lola ko, nag-sex din para ma-produce yung mga parents natin. And meron tayong mga kasi we have collected evidence na through sex, nabubuo ang isang bata through sex, and ganyan yung nature ng human beings. Walang nature natin na in-install ka lang sa computer at lumabas ka sa CPU. Walang ganoon. So we can deduce, no? And hindi natin kaya matrace to the first civilization. Sino ba yung last na hindi na natin yun kaya kasi we can just look at the patterns, no? Na ganito naman, wala namang lumipad, wala namang bata na dinala ng isang stork and nilagay sa bahay and naging anak mo na siya. That's what we have, and that's what we only know. Nothing beyond it. Wala na tayong ginagawang kwento. So that's me, no? I can say that, and I'm comfortable, and I'm also curious as to how things came to be. So if that is the case, I don't have a problem with the I don't know answer. It's you having problem with you saying na may ang mundo ay ginawa ng isang Diyos, and parang nagagalit ka na na ang ibang tao hindi sumusunod sa mga pinaniniwalaan mo. No, how come? Obvious naman na this world has been created by a God. How come this guy doesn't believe? No. The problem is the evidence. The problem is you haven't showed it. No one has ever showed it. No, not even the scientists. No, they weren't able to provide any good evidence how everything came to be. The Big Bang Theory is not the creation story. It's not it. The Big Bang Theory is just the explanation of the expansion. It's not the theory that explains how everything started. No? So, you have to learn about science kasi yung mga nalalaman mo about scientific theory is the corrupted version. Yun yung mga tinuturo ng mga pastor mo na wala namang idea about science. Wala namang alam about the scientific theory. Hindi nga nila alam anong ibig sabihin ng isang scientific theory. Akala nila haka-haka lang yan. So, you have a lot of things to work on yourself. You have to, you as a Christian can try to relearn and unlearn things. And hindi naman ito guaranteed na magiging atheist ka. I would be actually happy if you ended up being atheist, and you can then provide me solid proof. Kasi until now, wala talagang any Christian that was able to do so. Not even a Christian scientist. So, hindi ito competition ng isang non-believer and Kristiyano na pag tama ako tama ako, mali ka. Actually, it's not it. What I feel like is, if you have found something new and something better and something that can better explain things, then I will listen to you. And hindi naman ako magpapakamatigas ng ulo na atheist pa din ako. No? I'm excited for your growth and whatever man ang mundo, na position ang magiging position mo in the future. If you study science, what the scientific theory is, ano ba yung mga fallacies, ano ba yung hypothesis, ano ba yung law, um, um, ano ba yung the theory of evolution by natural selection, ano ba yung the Big Bang theory. Wag mo nang i-go deeper, no? Hindi ka naman scientist. Just make sure, just try to unlearn the things that you thought were true about the things you've learned. No, kasi marami talagang maling impormasyon ang naibigay sa atin as we grow up. Evolution, number one, sinasabi ng mga tao na kilala natin na galing ka sa unggoy. Obviously, no one in the right minds would even dare to touch the theory of evolution, kasi magmumuha ka akong tanga kasi naniniwala ako na galing pala tayo sa unggoy. That's a straw man. You need to learn about the theory of evolution para maintindihan mo kung ano yung sinasabi ko ngayon, na it's stupid, no, na hindi tayo galing sa unggoy. Theory of evolution is not the theory that started life, no. It's the theory that explains why there are many species here on earth, no. It's not competing with the life story na ikwento sa Genesis. It's a theory that just have been observed by many great thinkers way back, even before pa ni Darwin. Marami ng tao na nakaka-observe sa theory of sa evolution. Wala lang matalino na makapag-explain why. It has been observed na evolution happens to every living creatures. Wala lang makapag-explain. Kaya doon pumasok si Charles Darwin. Ang explanation niya is natural selection. Yun. So, it is an observable phenomena, evolution. Natural selection is the explanation of that natural phenomena. Ganun lang kasimple. Hindi ito inupuan lang ni Charles Darwin and nakakame up siya ng isang idea, no. He has many experimentations, trial and error, references from other scientists, kaya nakabuo siya ng theory of evolution by natural selection. Ano pa? Yeah. So, if you're curious about atheism, dumaan ka sa path na dinaanan namin. Hindi ka naman siguro magiging atheist. Daanan mo yung path na dinaanan namin. Yung mag-acquire ng mga new tools, mag-unlearn ng mga things. And para maging isang Kristiyano ka na hindi ignorante. You are equipped. You know how to deal with atheists. You know where your boundaries are. If you can't really provide evidence, then say something about your scripture, and ganyan pala yung theology nyo, no? Kasi okay, dyan at the end of the day, religion is just faith, and di ba, wala naman akong problema if that is your end conclusion. Dyan, I require evidence, I require skepticism all the way, but when it comes to my theology, I am using faith. And okay, that is a beautiful kind of response. Kasi if that is your response, then wala na tayong pwedeng pag-usapan pa. We can part ways na. We can agree to disagree, na you don't use it all the time, skepticism, while I do it all the time. I try my best to apply it in every aspect of my life. No?